What is the reality of running a business around holiday time? I am nearly a decade into running online businesses. I know that there are some times of the year where things seem to slow down. And I definitely think there's this combination of we perceive that things slow down, so we slow down and things do slow down. And we want time off. When you're thinking about your year, I always think that you can start to think about the rhythm. I always think we have about 2 to 3 weeks from mid-December to the beginning of January, which is slower. Doesn't mean that we don't have sales. We actually have sales around Christmas and between Christmas and New Year every single year. But we recognize it's slower. Most of our team aren't working. So because most of our team aren't working, because we're not delivering, we have to be very, very clear with our students. This is a time where you're not going to be able to speak to somebody. This is a time where we're taking a break. And that is great for our students as well as our team to have a complete break, because it means that they can properly rest cognitively, emotionally, physically. And again, we're modeling boundaries because we don't need to be on the whole time. So think about the rhythm of your business. When are those times where you're going to be completely off? How do you communicate that to existing customers? And how do you ensure that they feel supported during that period? And that's probably the easiest bit. The harder bit is, as businesses, sales are our lifeblood. So we want to make sales. Everyone wants to make sales when they sleep, don't they? So how do we make sales during those periods? And I say there's probably a couple of things here. First of all, again, thinking about your sales points and your sales periods throughout the year. We also look in terms of our business at actually what sales events can we have during the holidays. I have a week off. I think we do one taster session between Christmas and New Year, and maybe one early in the new year. What commitment does that need from me? A taster session is an hour. We can automate all the emails and the follow-up. So it's something that is very simple for me to do. Who in the team can maybe have some sales calls? Now we know there's going to be lower frequency, but we also know that with that rest that people have, they suddenly have more cognitive power. So they're making decisions. And we also know in the US that often the year runs the calendar year. So people have got maybe money left over in terms before they have to pay their tax. So it can be a good year for making decisions for people over there. So we also think about, well, how can we open up some windows whilst also allowing people to have some time off? I'd be really thinking about what rhythm have I got? How am I able to switch off completely? If I want to have a week off or 2 weeks off, how about having a sales event the week before? So I know and I'm confident I've got those sales coming in. Maybe there's an incentive. Maybe there's a bonus if you sign up by mid-December to start in January. So then again, you've got that coming through. How have I managed my cash flow over the year to ensure that I'm not in this place? And if it's now, you're like, it's already December, I haven't. What can you do now? Maybe a flash sale. What can you do to ensure that you are able to switch off? And often, most business owners I speak to, that is about finances and money. Have a plan. Think about what you can do before. Think about what you can do afterwards. Think about taking social media off your phone. Think about scheduling posts. We know that time between Christmas and New Year can be really, really beneficial for sales. But equally, you need to think about what is going to be best for me. Is it going to be taking a complete break? So I come back rejuvenated, refocused, I make those difficult decisions. Or am I okay to show up a little bit online? Only you know this. And if you think that you need a complete break and then you can show up, great. If you think you're going to show up and you don't, you'll be able to come back to it. So there is a big bit around perspective here. So planning, perspective, and allowing yourself space and time, recognizing that is as important as other things. So you don't need to step into all of the trends. Yeah, you can do 12 days of Christmas. I've done that before. You can do New Year's offers. You can do New Year, New You, or you can do New Year, Same You. It's up to you. But you need to think about what you want this to look like, how you communicate with customers, how you communicate and you ensure that there is some kind of sales process going on in the background so you can have peace of mind to have some time out so you can come back and have a strong whatever year it is in the next year.